Detailed explanation of Ukraine war. The Ukrainian war is a war between the Ukrainian government and the Russian-backed separatist forces in the eastern regions of Ukraine. The war began in 2014 when the Russian-backed forces seized control of several regions in eastern Ukraine, including Crimea, Donetsk, and Luhansk. The conflict has since escalated, with both sides engaging in violence and casualties mounting. The Ukrainian government has accused Russia of supplying the separatist forces with weapons, money, and personnel. Russia has denied any involvement, claiming that the conflict is an internal Ukrainian matter. The United States and other Western nations support the Ukrainian government and have imposed sanctions against Russia in response to its actions. The war has resulted in over 13,000 deaths and more than 1.5 million people displaced. The fighting has also caused significant damage to infrastructure and the economy. The conflict has also sparked a humanitarian crisis, with millions of people in need of assistance. The war has largely been a stalemate, with neither side making significant gains. A series of peace initiatives, such as the Minsk agreements, have been proposed but have not been successful in ending the conflict. Despite the lack of progress, both sides have agreed to a ceasefire in certain areas in order to allow for humanitarian aid and other assistance. Ukraine war can be stopped by the combined efforts of the United Nations, the United States, European Union, and Russia. Firstly, the UN should call for an immediate ceasefire between Ukraine and Russia and urge both sides to enter into negotiations. The UN should also ensure that the ceasefire is respected by both sides, and that any potential violations are reported and investigated. Secondly, the US, EU, and Russia should work together to broker a peace deal between Ukraine and Russia. This should include a commitment from Russia to withdraw from Ukraine's eastern territories, as well as a commitment from Ukraine to grant autonomy to the contested areas. Thirdly, the US, EU, and Russia should establish an international monitoring mission to ensure that the ceasefire is respected and that any violations are reported and investigated. This mission should also monitor the implementation of any peace deal that is reached between Ukraine and Russia. Fourthly, the US, EU, and Russia should provide financial and material assistance to Ukraine in order to help it rebuild its economy and ensure that its citizens have access to basic needs such as food, water, and medical care. Finally, the US, EU, and Russia should support the Ukrainian government in its efforts to fight corruption and reform its political system. This could include providing technical assistance and training to Ukrainian civil servants, as well as supporting civil society organizations and independent media outlets. By working together, the US, EU, and Russia can help bring an end to the conflict in Ukraine, and restore peace and stability to the region.